Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and Mr. Secretary, good to see you.
Nice to see you.
By the way, to Senator Blackburn's statement on Ms. Fulton, you might want to look at the tweets, derogatory tweets she made about women Marines. Not sure you want someone serving veterans who's put out some, not so pleasant stuff about women serving in the Marine Corps, but that's a whole nother topic. I think Senator
As a
Tillis
general
is-
matter, I'm not for picking on Marines one way or the other.
Well, you better watch out if you're picking on Marines. But Senator Tillis is, but I don't want to make light of that, right?
No,
I don't think she's qualified at all. She
I know
failed
I'm
her
talking-
Senate confirmation for being really problematic,
Yeah.
and
I
you
know I'm
need
talking
take-
to a Marine,
You
so
need to
that's why
take a hard look, seriously. You need to take a hard look. I agree with Senator Blackburn 100%. Senator Tillis's line of questioning, I think, was really important. A number of us have been working on toxic exposure with you in a bipartisan way.
Yeah.
I know Senator Moran has been working on this really hard. I sure hope the majority leader, Senator Tester, can keep their commitment to us to make this a bipartisan bill. But I'll be a little bit more blunt because I don't have the, consulting background and expertise that Senator Tillis has. Here's my concern. We all want to help these veterans. I've been focused on this issue like him for years. But I'm worried that the eligibility and the ramp up, my understanding is 2.5 million veterans will be, have eligibility, will be so dramatic that the system itself risks collapsing or delaying so much that veterans currently in the system, say a Marine who got his legs blown off in Afghanistan, right? That all of a sudden the ability to care for that person gets delayed.
Yeah.
So there's some huge issues here. And
Agree.
can you commit to us to say, no, I've looked at the PACT Act, the 23 presumptives. By the way, how many of those are based on science that the VA supported? The 23 presumptives in the bill.
I'd have to refresh my memory on which were in the House, which were in the Senate. As you know, since I got in this job, I've been moving presumptives as quickly as we can.
I know you have.
We've done now 12, and so some of those are included in at least some that were in the House and some in the Senate. And so
maybe you can get back to me on that. But
yeah.
Can you assure this committee that what we're all trying to make sure doesn't happen won't happen? And 2.5 million people being eligible, the numbers, and what can we do to prepare for that?
Yeah. Look, yes, you have my commitment on that, right? That's point one. But I've been thinking a lot about this, as you might suspect, as you have too. And I guess I'm also sitting here and asking myself the question, if these veterans are suffering from conditions that were incurred because of their service, because it happened at a different time than another veteran, and because it's going to be hard on VA and us and our people, is not a good enough reason, in my view, to wait to get this person taken care of. So, and I'm not saying that's what you're arguing, but I do think that, I know you're not arguing that. But my point is, if we're in a position now to get millions more claims, right? Is it 2 million new veterans, 3 million new veterans, 4 million new veterans? We're going to get detail on that. And is it one claim per, or is it 3? Generally, we see one veteran makes a new claim every 3 years. So the numbers matter, as Senator Tillis is asking. The sequencing matters. We're digging into all of that.
I'm just worried about the due diligence on this in a whole host of areas, that the macro impact. I've seen the VA make decisions that have collapsed the system in my state.
Yeah, you and I have talked about that.
Right?
You and I talked about that.
And that hurts everybody.
Yep.
Everybody.
Yep.
And I worry about that right now. Let me.
If I can assure you that I worry enough about this for both of us, that I would do that. But you know.
Well, let me turn to my state, because we're still got to get you up to Alaska. We've had.
I tried.
Well, we're not done yet. the Senate was in session when you were going to be there, which I didn't want you to go without me.
I'm teasing. I just don't want
we've
anybody
had
to
a-
think I was waiting for summer or something. I want to go in the winter.
I know you did, and I appreciate that. Mr. Chairman, if I may just finish my question. We've had an expansion of our VA facilities across a number of communities, which we really appreciate. I was actually visiting one on the Kenai Peninsula very recently. But there's been this issue of the VA budget as it relates to Alaska. Senator Hassan mentioned that we're one of the 3 states that don't have a full-service
Right.
VA, and the smallest within its regional network, the VA healthcare system. So here's my concern. Is there a way to get more flexibility in terms of spending to hire more people in the VA systems, in the VA facilities that we're now building? And related again to the PACT Act, would expanded enrollment in the VHA, which we're likely to see, impact states like Alaska with the smaller workforce, but still a very large veteran population per capita? So it's, again, I'm worried about a kind of a confluence of events that could really
Yeah.
negatively impact. I was just home last weekend. We have a CBOC in Wasilla that we've lost a doctor. We've had some problems now there with wait times. Once again, we're kind of falling behind from a spot where we've made a lot of improvements, and I'm wondering if there's more focus on states like mine without full-service VA facilities, but big populations.
Yeah.
And the PACT Act coming.
Yep. So we are looking aggressively at time to hire, onboarding, what we can get out of there, what of the improvements that we've made in terms of time to hire during the pandemic we can maintain. Importantly, OPM is helping us there. And even more importantly, you all, in the context of the pandemic, are giving us additional workforce authorities to ensure that we can both I don't know what happened with the doc, but the first thing we need to do is retain the docs that we have. Yeah. And you're giving us new authorities to do that. Pay is a big one. And then you're giving us enhanced recruiting authorities as well. And so, yes, we're thinking very diligently about this and planning very diligently about making sure that we have the people in the spots and that we have the buildings for the increased demand that we anticipate seeing. So each of these things are envisioned in the ranking members agreement with the chairman. We feel good about that. There'll be execution challenges to be sure, but we're aggressively planning and preparing for that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.